Hi, my name is Frank Schaefer, and I have been following politics since I was in my early teens. Why? Because my father, Francis Schaefer, was a religious right activist, credited, if you want to call it that, with helping to found the anti-abortion movement in the evangelical community back in the 1970s. And I was his nepotistic sidekick, and I am sorry. And I left that environment a long time ago and changed my mind on a lot of issues. Speaking of change, Kamala Harris. Wow. I am a big Biden fan and so grateful for his presidency, as I've said many times. So I hardly know where to start when talking about Kamala Harris for president. And I'll fight like hell for her for many reasons. One is the difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Let's take a couple of those differences in no order of importance. Well, for a start, Kamala Harris as a prosecutor prosecuted and jailed rapists like Donald Trump. He raped women and molested many and bragged about grabbing their pussy and all the rest of it. Kamala Harris put men like Donald Trump in prison for a long time. She's a law and order candidate. Donald Trump is a disorder, chaos candidate. Here's another difference. Kamala Harris is at the height of her powers. She's a middle-aged, dynamic, fiery, clever, brilliant woman. Donald Trump is an old guy, older than me. I'm 72. He's a doddering fool. He gets people's names wrong, confuses things all the time, even more than Joe Biden did. Donald Trump is old, failing, a confused con artist with a cult following of confused people who believe conspiracy theories. Kamala Harris is very together, to the point where Donald Trump would fear to debate her. He'd look like a slobbering fool compared to her on the same platform. We all know that, and he knows it. So there's a big difference in age. People my age and up maybe shouldn't be running for president. Thank God we have a young candidate now, a dynamic woman, as opposed to this doddering con artist, rapist, convicted felon running his cult. Not even a political party, just a cult. That's a difference. A rapist versus a law and order prosecutor. A doddering old fool versus a young, dynamic American. Here's another difference. Kamala Harris represents everything that's best about America. A blended family. She's raised stepchildren. She's mixed race. Our whole country is mixed race. It's not white or black or brown. It's mixed race. That's us. The first nation on earth to really try to be a multicultural, welcoming society, and she represents that. Donald Trump is a racist, and always has been. Took out ads in the New York Times asking for the conviction of innocent men wrongly arrested. And on the story goes, all the way back to him and his racist German father denying black people the ability to rent in their buildings. And that story never got better. Kamala Harris is not a racist. She embraces people. And last but not least, Donald Trump loaded the Supreme Court with loyalist followers who have now given him ultimate powers like a king and have taken away the right to choose from women. And Kamala Harris is not only a woman, but she's on the side of women, as I am too, and every right-thinking American is. She doesn't want to ban all abortions. She cares about victims of rape and incest. Donald Trump doesn't. He loaded the court with people, religious fanatics like him, like Amy Coney Barrett and the others. So those are some differences of why I'll be fighting like hell for Kamala Harris. My name is Frank Schaefer.